Welcome back, everyone, for our next week's video. And I hope you guys all had a great weekend. And last week as well, you guys had a great trades. And I'm looking forward to this coming week. We have quite a bit happening. It's actually going to be one of the most important weeks to see how do we set up for the month of May. So we have four of the big names from Mag 7 reporting this week, and most of the earnings come out on Wednesday and Thursdays for those names. But we also have other very important names like UPS, and I believe Visa also reports, and Starbucks. So there are quite a few earnings that are coming up. So we will see the volatility. On top of that, we also have FOMC meeting that is going to be Wednesday. So we get to hear what Fed is going to be telling us. So keep in mind, this is going to be the week where you definitely want to not be doing your full size positions, especially on names that have earnings coming up because of all this volatility. I do have a really good list of names for swings as well. So we'll go over those and but overall, there is going to be quite a bit of volatility that we should see in the market, especially given on Wednesday and Thursdays. Monday and Tuesday, we could see some chop happening as well because market is going to be waiting on this data and waiting on the earnings. The one thing I will recommend for all the swings that you're going to be taking, make sure you double check if that name has earnings coming up, because remember, earnings are 50-50. Nobody knows. It could run up on good earnings. It can drop on good earnings. Stocks that have not had good earnings have run up as well. So please only trade for those names if you're okay with waking up being down 90%. And some names you might wake up being up 500%. But again, that's a lotto and you must be okay with losing that money, but I don't recommend it. So please play with whatever you can afford to lose. The goal is to protect your capital, not to try to become a millionaire overnight. That's not going to happen. So let's get into it. I hope these levels for day trading has been helping you, and they've been working very well. We'll review it and then we'll remark to see what we are going to be watching for the coming week for earnings. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, everybody can see. Let me turn off the video. All right, so let's start with Apple, where we are. So last week I gave you levels that we want to see calls above 265, and we did get that retest on Tuesday right to the T of that level. So this level is pretty important. Make sure that you are keeping this level on your chart. But what we are going to do is we are going to now move our calls. We are looking for it above 270. As long as we hold 270, we are looking for calls. And for puts, we are looking for anything below 268, even 267 if you want to give yourself that room as well. And then the levels have not much changed on Apple. They do have earnings coming up as well. So keep that in mind. I'm just going to keep my earnings calendar up here. They have earnings on Thursday as well, but these levels should help you out. If we are holding 270, I am looking for 270, 250 to 275 level to the upside, and it can see 280 as well. But again, with earnings, anything is possible. Okay. Next is AMD. AMD has beautifully played out our extended fibs as well. AMD now has gap at the bottom as well. So last week when we marked our calls, Monday we held that level of 275 very nicely, and then we never looked back. So now for calls, I am gonna be watching. We're at 347. So let's see if we can hold above 345 or even 340 area. If we do get some sort of a pullback, I think it still has a room. I still have a room to the upside as well. However, if we do start to lose below 340, I would say is start looking for puts where we could get a maybe half of this gap filled as well. So let's just mark the middle line as well. So maybe we should see some pullback and then continue to the upside. But for now, the momentum is pretty strong. So we keep that. I don't normally day trade Amazon, but so far our levels on swing, I know many of you have your leaps as well, has played out very, very well on it as well. Next is Evergo. Evergo is also moving up very nicely. And let's see, for now, I want to see if we can hold 410 on a pullback. And as long as we hold 410, I am looking for calls to the upside. Otherwise, for puts below, maybe give yourself an extra $2, about 407. If we start to lose 407, we do have this gap that we can see get it filled and continue to the downside. Next is Boeing. And this one, I would say, is calls above 230 if we do get the pullback. I'm a little bit bearish on Boeing, but we will see how that plays out. But I will also say, give yourself about $2 below 228. Look for puts on to the downside as well on this name. So let's see if we do hold 230. I think this can still continue to the upside, but based on the larger time frame on the 5-day chart, it does look like a little bit bearish. But if it clears 237, I think 240 to 245 can come very easily. Coin. These levels have been playing out for a few days now. Actually, for a few weeks we've been using. So not changing much on it. I'm keeping as it is. Calls above 200, puts below 196. So any of those levels, I am looking for this to move either to the upside or to the downside. Google. It's right in a supply zone right now. So I'm going to keep the same level as for Google as last time, the 335. So if you look at it, we came back here and we bounced right from the put level on Tuesday and never broke below. So you didn't really get an opportunity to take a put. But if you had taken that rejection of that call level and taken a put, you got a nice $4 move to the downside as well. So you can use these levels as a rejection or as a bounce as well. So we consolidated here for a minute in the 340, 341 area. Right now we're in a supply zone. Google can still make all-time highs, but for now, I want to see what kind of a Monday, Tuesday sideways price action, if we do get it, or on Wednesday and Thursday with all the data that's coming out, what kind of a volatility do we get this thing, especially with Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Meta, and Google itself also has earnings. So it could shoot up, it could drop here, especially having this supply here. So I'll definitely be watching this one because I do have a couple leaps on it. Next is Hood. Hood, our levels actually played out very nicely as well. So now for calls, I want to see if we stay above the 80 level, 80, 81, I'm looking for calls. And for puts, anything below 79, we do have a gap to the downside. And this name also has earnings coming up as well. I'm not sure when their earnings are. Let's see when the next earnings in 2 days. So they have earnings coming up as well on Tuesday after hours. So definitely something that you want to watch if we are holding above 80. Okay. Meta. This one also gave us a nice moves to the upside and we captured this one. We captured on Friday. We made over almost, I think 400-500% on it. So now I'm looking to see, as long as we hold above 660, 665 area, looking for calls to the upside. The reason I'm moving the call level to the downside is I am looking for a pullback. So any pullback that we get and it holds that zone, then I'm looking for a calls to the upside. If I miss it, I miss it. And then puts anything below 660 does have a couple gaps to fill to the downside as well. So watching that, let's mark this level as well. And it has a room to continue. And they have earnings as well. They have earnings after hours on Wednesday. Microsoft, we played this name very nicely, especially on our leaps. This has been one of the best ones that we got into it. So levels don't really change on call and put because we are in that same zone. So I am definitely watching to see puts below 417 area, and then calls above 420, 422 zone is where I am looking for my calls to the upside on it. Again, it does have a gap to fill to the upside, and they have earnings coming up as well on Wednesday after hours. MicroStrategy, not the one we trade. Nvidia and Netflix, pretty much staying in that zone. That rejection was pretty strong. Let's go to Nvidia. And Nvidia, I believe, already had their earnings. So far it have broke out of it. Let's see, do we get any pullback? And the pullback, as long as we hold above 200, 202 area, I'm looking for calls to the upside. If we start to lose 200 zone, then I'm looking for a put to the downside. Otherwise, I got my extended fibs on, then I'm looking for the calls to upside. PLTR, again, not much has changed on this one either, but I am gonna move now. For my puts, I'm looking for anything below 140 and calls anything above 140 to 142 area. And then you do have your levels to the upside as well. So if we do start to lose to the downside, then we got our levels to the downside marked as well. So we'll see. Don't like the displacement candle on this one. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it, how this one plays out. QQQ, not that, I usually share the call and put zone on it, but what a beautiful run up and what a beautiful extended fibs hitting all our levels. So definitely these levels are still in play. Reddit, SPY, if you need to mark your levels. The call and put levels are still valid, pretty much played out those both levels throughout the week if you did use it. And I still think with all this, we could easily continue to move up. Who thought we would hit? Remember, I gave you guys 711 that level in our Discord room, and then we hit that. Right, we are above it, above $2. So now let's see, do we continue to the upside? Very much a possibility, right? Especially with ES, we did pull back, and right now we are in a up zone. So I would like something like this to pull back, and then maybe some sort of a higher lows and then continue to the upside. I think 72.40 first area, and then maybe 73.20 zone is easily doable on ES, but we'll watch and see what we get. Okay, let's go to Tesla. Earnings first run up and then give up everything, pretty much burned everybody's contract. Nobody really got paid. So that's why earnings are your gambles. So calls, we want above 375, let it break and hold. And for puts, I would say below 369. So wait and let it break out of it and then jump in. You might even get the bounces. If it's a strong bounce, it could give you a nice bounce from the put area of 370 zone and continue to the upside. So watch on both sides. I think this is it on our day trading. I will review the swings with you guys and post that video separately. And I hope you guys made money. Last week's swing was $3, worked out very well. And I know many of you made money. HD also paid us and has a pullback. I will leave HD alone this week. DG, another one, need to see a little bit more price action. Walmart hit our level exactly where we wanted to it, and let's see if this week we get some sort of a consolidation. Cost was another one, and I think this one still has a room. GME, I know few of you made money, and I still think it's not done. Oscar was beautiful. Look at that stupid drawing, and it's still playing out. Maybe has another dollar to go. So today I will share my new swings, and I think they are looking pretty good. And I hope this helps you guys. Do use those levels. They do play out for day trading pretty much every day. I know many people in the Discord mark those levels and play them every single day. So I hope this helped. If it did, please like and comment and subscribe the channel. I will see you guys next week. All right. Have a good one.